A lot of shit happened yesterday, so let's recap. But before we do, make sure you're following me on IG and YouTube. We don't know how long TikTok is going to last. Frumpy plans on signing an executive order aimed to eliminate the Department of Education today. Now, I know a lot of people are like, why is he doing this? The Department of Education was created in 1979 under President Jimmy Carter. But why? Because states had widely different education standards and students were getting equal opportunity. Black and brown students. Let that sink in. Canadian Airlines cancels flights to Tennessee. Dan Bongino, a right-wing podcaster, is now the deputy director of the FBI. Kanye West is trying to sell this on his Shopify. Conservatorship, please. Benny said war is the only option and the carnage won't stop until he's gone. And his people are protesting. Yes, in Israel, they are throwing it down. Tesla investors call for Elon to step down as CEO. They better, because this just happened. Elon faces margin call on loan used to purchase Twitter. Jaden Alexis wants girls to show their real hair. You know you white, right? That's okay. E. Kane came to the rescue and said, show us your belly button. Karen Hilton Brown's mother confronts D.C. Mayor Bowser about the pardoning of her son's unaliver by President Trump. She says she hasn't talked to the president about it. And we know she'll never get that far to talk to him. Doctors say the war in Gaza led children to lose their hair due to stress. Frumpy administration pauses $175 million in funding to universities over trans athletes in women's sports. That's the University of Pennsylvania. Steve Bannon said they're working on a way to allow Trump to run for a third term. It just takes one of y'all to do right by us. Attorney Tony Busby withdraws ex-trafficking lawsuit against Diddy after failing to disclose his inability to practice law in the Southern District of New York. Yeah, you just fucked it up for a lot of folks, you know that. Attorney Ben Crump says segregation is still illegal, but this sends a clear message of what the administration has planned for us. I say let it happen. AJ Johnson said she was hazed, pledging Delta Sigma Theta at Spelman College. She also said there are different types of hazing. It does not have to be physical. And I agree. 4-MEI used in Cinnamon Toast Crunch linked to an increased risk of lung cancer and leukemia. Get that shit away from your children. CDC issues an urgent warning about illness spreading among spring breakers. Nosebleeds, breathing problems reported after trips to Mexico. Y'all making it so easy for me to keep my ass right at home. Frumpy removed the U.S. Constitution from the National Archives to have it displayed in his office. You don't even like that piece of paper. Hailey Bieber is mad. She reached out to Cardi B's defamation attorney to possibly fight back against the false rumors circulating online. Girl, it's way too much fucking evidence for you to be trying to fight anything. That 7-part deep dive series was big. White House says violence against Tesla owners is domestic terrorism. Y'all will do anything for Elania, won't y'all? On top of that, the Cybertruck has become the most hated vehicle. Timothy Chalamet reportedly bought a $300K engagement ring for girlfriend Kylie Jenner. The family does not fucking approve. Do not eat this shit from Taco Bell. I mean Subway. Because Doge could not eliminate the USA, they've officially taken leadership of it. Have y'all ever seen Survivor's Remorse? Short sellers have made $16 billion in profit betting against Tesla shares. Kanye makes a list of everybody that ever betrayed him. He goes after Cassie and Jay-Z. This man is asking to be sued. A man opened fires outside the CIA headquarters. That is not where the fuck that man is. Florida bill would let diners refuse automatic gratuity for bad service. I fucks with that. Here are the 41 countries Trump is considering banning from America. Undocumented mother of 4 and Time magazine honoree is the latest high-profile figure to be deported by Trump. Boston, Massachusetts has declared itself sanctuary city for transgender persons and all members of the LGBTQ community. We appreciate y'all. 4 major U.S. airlines just cut their forecast, citing dip in consumer confidence and economic uncertainty. We're going broke, and planes are just not safe. A Hollywood director faces federal charges after allegedly stealing $11 million from Netflix to fund lavish life. Oh yeah, they gonna get their money. In Japan, most men give all their money to their wives, and they receive a monthly allowance. Family seeks answers after twin boys missed flight and are found fatally unalived in Belmont. Autopsies have already been done. Forensic has not been done to determine if there was any gunshot residue on either one of the boys' hands. Tickets were found in their pocket. I'm waiting for an update before I report anything else. California prisons use VR to help inmates cope with solitary confinement. I can't even afford one of them hoes. I gotta go to jail to get one. Speaking of prison, Islam emerges as the fastest growing faith in U.S. prison. Christians are gonna be mad about that. Naomi Osaka demands reparations for Hades from France. I second that shit. I'm talking about the Statue of Liberty. What about making Haiti pay for white slave owners losing their slaves? Make it make sense. Ben & Jerry's CEO was fired for a company's political post. He was a liberal. He don't like Trump. He was ousted by parent company without anyone's knowledge or board's approval. Chicago named the best city in the U.S. for the 8th year in a row. I need to go visit, but I'ma drive. Faith leaders across the country pray for Trump. It's looking a little whitewashed. Voters demand answers from Democrats. Many voters are complaining that Democrats are disorganized and aren't fighting President Trump hard enough. The Pentagon has put Jackie Robinson back up on the website. The computer system is automated for DEI, which means anybody of color. Y'all need to work on that shit. For boycotting H&M, don't bring y'all asses up in there. The UK Prime Minister said there's problems shown in adolescents need to be tackled. Young teenage boys are becoming more violent towards teenage girls. They've had to add task force for grape and sexual assault to every police station. That ain't good. U.S. court rejects Trump's bid to dismiss Mahmoud Khalil's deportation challenge. Mahmoud was arrested March 8 and has been held in an ICE detention center in Louisiana. They're transferring him to New Jersey for a court date. Elania makes these posts. Y'all know what the fuck to do. D.L. Hughley says Trump uses black people like Fabuloso to clean up his mess. I agree. We are nothing but puppets to them. You see what happened to that preacher? He ain't in that room no more. If you missed a stimulus check, you might still get paid for one. The IRS has begun sending payments to taxpayers who didn't claim the recovery rebate credit on 2021 tax return. You don't have to do anything if you qualify. If you get a check, you get a check. If you don't, you don't. Y'all know the TikTok star Zahara, whose boyfriend put a hot one in her head? Well, she went back to him. Now she prepares for another surgery to fix the damage he caused. May this love never find me. Speaking of influencers, LA influencer Summer Wheaton pleaded not guilty on Monday to unaliving a man after 33-year-old blogger crashed into another driver in Pacific Coast Highway on July 4th. Girl, you going to jail. You was under the influence. Elania donates to the GOP lawmakers pushing to impeach federal judges. You better save your coins. You may be going broke. Gal Gadot gets booed from pro-Palestine protesters at Hollywood star ceremony, as she should. Hungary bans the LGBTQ pride marches. Opposition lawmakers set that shit off in Parliament. Federal Reserve cuts U.S. growth forecast due to Trump's tariffs down to 1.7%, which means that tariffs are going to increase all prices. Unemployment will rise, and there is a chance of a recession. Make America great again. Here's something to smile about. A 13-year-old Georgia scholar gets accepted into his dream school, Morehouse College. Joshua Sutton celebrated his 13th birthday and his acceptance on the same day. At 12 years old, he received 20 college acceptance from several HBCUs. He already has 27 college credits, sitting at a 3.88 GPA from Augusta Tech. That's Black excellence. I love to see it. All right, peoples. See you in a bit. Bye.